Feel the legs pushing up on the set. I'm feeling it. Feel the high that you get from the line. If you feel it, raise your hell in the sky.
So let's talk about the Warner Brothers Discovery and Paramount Global merging. Let me tell you something. If you want to get in bed with somebody who has more debt than you, then go ahead. I think it's a bad combination. Mostly the channel is focusing on, my channel's been focusing on stuff, but let's talk about the DC landscape of things. This would be good for Paramount because they could have the team actually have the TNT in the DC comics, which we already have a movie for that, by the way, which I probably put some clips around here so you can check it out. That's good for television. I guess you could say that. Here's my thing with the whole situation. Warner Brothers is eventually going to be bankrupt. It's not doing well. They have more flops than hits. Do I think Paramount needs to get in bed with Warner Brothers? No. I wouldn't even get in bed with them. And you notice David Zaslav is trying his best to sell a company, but everybody knows. They're like sharks. They know once the company fold, that's when they'll pick the pickings. Why would I want to merge with you? The company's a dead brand. Well, we could just pick the pickings of it. Because right now, what I think is going to happen, if Warner Brothers don't simply work together with nobody, is what I think is going to happen is people will pick and choose certain things. DC Comics will eventually go to Universal, or they will go to Apple or Amazon or Netflix. Those are the 4 places that DC will go. Harry Potter would most likely go to Universal because they got the rides. It makes more sense for them to go to Universal. The Looney Tunes content, I think Netflix will buy them out. All the Looney Tunes animation studio, their animation properties, they will buy them out, which makes more sense because you have an animation house now, buy them out. Their other properties, the movie properties, or their studios, if they want to keep that. Like I said, I see some of those franchises be sold out to different people. And like The Matrix, I see them being taken to somewhere else, like an Amazon or a Netflix. Apple might want to take them. Hell, they might do better than the last film that came out. The Lord of the Rings are probably going to Amazon because they want those films. You know, the films that made the lower grade. I mean, we all know the book did too, but, you know, Peter Jackson did a great job on that. So you see Amazon taking that. So certain properties you'll see start dissipating. They won't be under the same umbrella anymore. And then you got AEW. And I believe AEW will probably go to another company because it's wrestling. And the reason why is when the pandemic happened, this was a good thing for football. Well, it was a good thing for wrestling. Say what you want about the pandemic. It had more benefits for wrestling than any other sport or sports entertainment because they run 52 weeks out the year. So people look at that like if there's another pandemic or another incident where somebody has to stay at home or there's another writer's strike, that we just have, guess what's playing? Wrestling. So yeah, wrestling has proved since the last several years that it keeps things flowing. There's stuff, you will always have a weekly televised show and you can do that. It's like a reality show with people in tights. That's what I always used to call wrestling. And it works. Look at what happened with the writer's strike. We got John Cena and The Rock to come back, and that doesn't happen if the writer's strikes never happen. But also that shows that there's a place for wrestling in the world. People always look down upon it, but guess what? Guess what was running during the time when nothing was airing? So advertisers are now looking at that like, okay, we might be able to do something with these people. So that, you got AEW that might go somewhere else. The thing about AEW is you got Tony Khan, who's a billionaire. You got that company. You got wrestling now that is a commodity, where it's cheaper than the WWE, where you have to pay $500 to $600 million for the TV rights. So you're looking at stuff like that. We're like, yeah, we'll take them. The thing about AEW has over WWE is it's a cheaper deal to get, and that will save them, and that can hurt them. But again, so But I mean, they merged with Paramount. That'd be good. I mean, that'd be good for AEW as well too. If you look at it for AEW standpoint, they could go to Spike TV or Paramount, wherever that network is, Paramount Network, all these other Paramount channels, and stuff like that. It's not as much as TNT and TBS, but you can work it out and stuff like that. Would I take them? Hell no. I don't take them for shit. That's just my opinion. So, but yeah, I mean, it's another thing to consolidate. I mean, if you look at Hollywood and you look how things are right now, Warner Brothers, like I said, they're in deep shit. They're probably the worst shape in any other studio. Disney still got money. They still got their islands. But they are hurting. Warner Brothers is on life support. Literally, you pull the plug, they're dead. They got one more flop. And I'm not talking about something like, the Aquaman movie. I'm talking about something in the next year or two. Then that's it. They're done. They already know Aquaman's about to fail. But I'm talking about a flop next year, like the Doom movies or any other type of movies. Like, they're done. They already know it. They're done. The advertisement Aquaman got, they knew that was a dead brand. But again, like that, I blame that a lot on Warner Brothers and DC, how they handled that situation. Why the fuck you got the movie coming out and you're not advertising it? And then when I looked at the Aquaman trailer, that looked like the best trailer that came out throughout all three of these damn movies we got, even the Blue Beetle one, the Flash one, and everything else. The Flash looked hokey to me, but the one that got me in there was Michael Keaton. And even Michael Keaton could have saved that fucking movie. I blame a lot of that on the marketing and just them constantly going in that film and rewriting and changing shit. It's sad. And I'll talk more about that in another video, but it's sad that Aquaman that made them $1 billion, the only superhero film in the DC library from a Batman to make them $1 billion fucking dollars, not Superman, not Wonder Woman, and they got a sequel coming out, it won't even scratch $500 million. That's fucking pathetic. That's fucking sad. And I blame that on Warner Brothers. I blame that all on those suits and ties. All that agenda-driven shit, this is what they get. But anyway, I'm out of here. Peace.